Everyone loves to talk about giant football clubs and their mega stadiums, but I think the real magic sometimes happens on much smaller fields.
Totally. And the Monthong Witthaya football team from Thailand is the perfect example. They didn't have fancy jerseys or a big budget, just a group of students with a shared dream and a scrappy determination.
What's wild is that, for these kids, football wasn't just something to pass the time. It was their escape, and maybe the one thing that made them feel seen and strong.
Exactly. Every afternoon, even when school left them exhausted or someone was nursing a bruise, they showed up for each other. That kind of commitment is so underrated in sports stories, don't you think?
That level of grit really makes me curious about their coach. He sounds like the type who cared more about shaping people than just chasing trophies.
What's so cool is he never dangled fame or medals as the reason to play. Instead, he drilled into them the values of respect, trust, and fighting for every single minute on the pitch.
And he actually traveled with them in this old, battered truck. It's kind of poetic. The truck became a sort of mascot, a rolling reminder that you don't need the best gear when you've got heart.
It really shows how leadership isn't about the flashiest resources, but about making people believe in each other. Whenever someone doubted, the coach was that steady hand guiding them forward.
Thinking about the players, it feels like each one brought something unique, like puzzle pieces that made the team whole.
Warakorn, the left winger, he was fearless, slicing down the field even when it looked impossible. Then there's Jetsada, always ready to turn a loose ball into a goal.
And don't forget Fury in defense, solid as a rock. Plus, Akani in midfield, quietly controlling the game's tempo. None of them were stars on paper, but together, they were unstoppable.
I love that they juggled school, training, and their own nerves, no special privileges. When the whistle blew, though, you could just see this surge of confidence wash over them.
That brings us to the turning point, the national tournament in 2025. Nobody really saw Monthong Witthaya as contenders at the start.
But match after match, they kept knocking out bigger, better-funded teams. It was like watching a real-life underdog movie unfold in slow motion.
And as they advanced, something amazing happened. Word spread. Videos went viral. And suddenly fans from all over Thailand started showing up to cheer for them.
What blew me away was that people weren't just excited about the wins, they were genuinely inspired by how the team played for each other. Their story became bigger than football.
Even after the tournament ended, their impact stuck around. It wasn't really about how many games they'd won, was it?
Not at all. They showed everyone that teamwork and believing in young people can change lives, sometimes more than a trophy ever could.
That actually reminds me of all those kids who started playing. Just because Monthong Witthaya proved you don't need to be famous to inspire.
And maybe that's the real legacy. They made people see effort and courage as something beautiful, even if everything wasn't perfect or polished.
So, if someone's listening and thinking their dream is too small or their resources aren't enough, what should they remember from this story?
First, being small doesn't mean you're weak. Monthong Witthaya thrived because they showed up day after day, even when it got tough.
And second, talent matters, but consistency and grit will get you through when others give up. That's a lesson I wish I'd learned sooner.
For me, the big takeaway is how dreams can grow when a community believes together. Whether you're on a pitch or chasing something totally different, it's those shared moments that make all the difference.
Stories like this one keep reminding me that sometimes the most powerful lessons come from the quietest corners of the world.
Couldn't agree more. Monthong Withaya's journey might not make global headlines, but it's a masterclass in belief, teamwork, and never giving up on your dreams.
Thanks so much for joining us today. Until next time, keep believing, keep working, and never give up on that goal, however far away it might seem.
We'll see you next episode. And hey, if Monthong Witthaya could do it, maybe your story's next.